California, a land of extremes. From lush ravines to the charred burn scars, the tops of mountains to the lowest basins. A group of dedicated prospectors pushes ever deeper into the wild, chasing glimmers of gold, the whispers of history. They navigate rugged terrain, endure harsh elements, and uncover stories buried beneath the soil. This is 530 Gold Mining, and the hunt is on.
I'm just sitting here waiting for Mike. He forgot his wetsuit, so he had to turn around after he was about halfway to our meeting location. He was busy getting everything together for the trip and probably just slipped his mind. Good thing I woke up at 4 a.m., Mike.
Alright. We didn't even try to match, and we match.
What happened?
Imagine that.
We look like the Beverly Hillbillies
Yeah. It was kind of full load in both trucks getting out here. We're starting down with our first load. And I'm gonna do a bunch of tree work so we can get the truck down there. It's 12:20. And we got a lot of work to do still. But I'm gonna keep you posted as the day progresses. We're finally in the same vehicle, so that's a start.
It's progress.
Progress. Check in momentarily. This is what we go through to bring you guys footage.
Destroying my
Look
truck.
at that.
The Sierra pinstripes.
Earning them.
Yeah. Oh, this is a good part here.
Oh yeah. Where's the road? You can't. Where is it? There it is. Kinda.
Sorta.
You can't even tell the steepness of this area either.
It's like 10 feet off to my left, and it's like a 100-foot drop.
Well, we did a lot of cutting today. Got the road open. Well, this is a section of road that we were not able to get down before.
Look at us now.
Look at us now. And it's like, I don't know, almost 5.
443.
4:43. So we already got the first load down. We got the second load coming down now.
The last load.
The last load. And then we can get things set up and camp ready and chill. Might sleep in a little bit tomorrow. Oh yeah, look how steep.
Sure, the camera.
The
doesn't
camera
show
is
it.
not doing it justice at all. But
The truck is pitched down 20 degrees right now.
20 degrees. And now we're coming into a steeper section, probably about 30 degrees. Yeah.
Yep.
It's nice.
Oh,
Look at
it's
all-
touching 30.
Look at all this we cut here. Holy cow. Got about a half-mile road. All right, we'll see you at the water.
Well, we're just about at the water, and it's steep here. I mean, that's vertical. Just about there. And everything's in back. Israel took all day, but we're here. We're here. We're ready to do a little reclamation dredging. We were down here doing some sniping. I think you guys probably saw that video already. And there's mercury on the gold. That's no good. So, and aside from that, you saw how much lead Israel found down here. His crack was absolutely loaded. There's, I don't know, over an ounce of lead in it. So, it's not a good sign. So we're gonna clean it up, get camp all fixed up. The water's right there, it's nice. And then, yeah, get rocking in the morning.
Look at this. This is why we go through all that hard work. Gonna take a little bath here. Now, Ranger. Cool off. It was hot today. We earned a little bath. Oh, so good.
I'm impressed. Cold, Ranger. Cold.
Oh. Alright, time to get the fire going.
Yep.
How's your water, Mikey?
It's a little bit chilly. I mean, it feels great. Come on in, dude.
I just got out. I'm good.
That's enough.
Welcome to our hobo paradise.
I could spend a lot of time down here. But it wouldn't bother me in the bit.
I could start to get comfortable.
I definitely could start to get comfortable. Yeah. Once it gets cold enough, it's not fun anymore. A little bit of ramen noodles to fuel.
Yeah, boy.
A couple of hard-working guys.
Like a ramen noodle goulash. Put some salami in there.
Crack an egg or two.
Crackers. Maybe some cheese. Let's go.
Ends up being pretty tasty.
Just like home.
Check this out, guys. We got the solar panels. We got the refrigerator running. It's loaded. And then inside the tent here, we got the battery. And Israel's got his own tent all the way over there. Not a bad little setup down here. There's so much room. It's not even funny. All right. Bedtime. Bedtime. Night night. It's the morning. Ranger's up and ready to go. Getting a little coffee in. Just trying to wake up a little bit, and then we are going to get the dredge in the water. Get our reclamation started.
Well, what time is it, Mike?
11.
11 o'clock. A little late start, but
It was too cozy this
it
morning.
was too cozy this morning. We were behind schedule to begin with. We didn't get down here didn't get the first load down here until 3:30 yesterday. Then had to go get the second load, get camp all cleaned up and set up. But we got the dredge in the water. Everything's just about ready to go, so we're gonna get suited up and hopefully find a bunch of mercury, lead, and a little gold today. So we'll get back to you when we get over to the creek and dredge.
Look what I just found in the river. This is pretty wild. Is this from a bird? Or is that from like a kitty cat? It looks like it's a talon off of a bird. Wow. Just sitting in the water. Down in there. First break. Just trying to warm up a little bit. Got a nice hole going. Israel thinks he sucked up a big old bowl of mercury. Maybe so. Yeah. But pretty picturesque where we're working. Couldn't ask for a better spot or a better day.
Bunch of lead, bunch of nails in the box.
Yeah, we just took a peek in there a minute ago and could see a bullet, nail, and gold. So a little bit of everything's in there already. But yeah, we're gonna warm up, keep rolling. Okay, end of the day, we're cleaning up. And what a scene to clean up too. Gorgeous. All right, we got our little cleanup sluice. She's ready to rock and roll. Look at that perfect V forming right there. Got some nice drop. And now we're gonna scoop. All right, first scoop, folks.
A bunch of pieces.
Yeah, there's color in there already. That one's covered in mercury, looks like. Yeah, there's gonna be gold in here. All right, keep going.
There's a piece. Bunch of gold right down in there.
Good omen. A good sign at least. Look at that. Aha. Second scoop. Wow. Flaky.
Yeah.
How much color we got? That's a big old piece of lead.
Here we go.
There it is. Since this is reclamation work, we're gonna save it. So you might be wondering what to look for in your sluice box to know that it's running right. You've got the V shape that the water forms. That's always a good indicator. But check this out. You can watch the material in the riffles dancing around. See how it's all moving and jumping? That means the vortexes are working, so.
Building up on one side.
Yeah, and it's nice and evenly spread across, so that's how you know it's nice and level. It's all important stuff to look for. What is that thing?
Oh, a chunk of lead. This is a big old chunk of lead.
All right, add it to the bottle. Boom. More lead. All right, first bucket's done. Couple nice chunks of lead, couple bullets.
There's a lot of gold hiding in that black sand, I can tell you that.
There's a bit of gold in there too. And look at all the mercury on it. See how some of them are silver? The silver tells you that they're coated in mercury. All right, let's do the second bucket, buddy.
Yeah, bud.
Pretty much had everything in that last scoop. Mercury, a bullet, random bits of lead.
A lot of black sand in this one. All the time.
Look at that gold. Is that wire gold? It's amalgamating already just because of the mercury that's in here. That's crazy. All right, took a scoop and
Square nail.
And a piece of gold. All right, put her in. A lot of black sand in there.
Loaded. Very heavy.
There's a piece just coated in mercury shining out in there. We'll probably just have to add this to a jug and do a retort at the end of the year or something. There's one right there.
Gold everywhere on that black sand. Mercury. Look at all that mercury.
Huh.
Holy cow. Yep.
Everything that's gold colored is gold. Everything that's silver colored is gold covered in mercury. How about that?
Well, you can see that's all gold and mercury. We got a bunch of pickers too.
So, tomorrow I'll explain why we chose the spot we chose, but mission accomplished. You know, we got the road cleared coming in here. Able to drive down here now, which is huge.
I mean, this is the first time a vehicle's been down here in like 10 years.
Yeah, first time a actual vehicle has been down here in a long time. And got camp pretty well set up. Still some work to do down here and trees to clear. There's a big Doug fir that's dead up there. It's pretty scary. But that's all part of it. Unfortunately, unlike the old timers, we don't have an unlimited amount of time out here. Still got to do real life stuff back in the big city. But tomorrow we're gonna get up early and try to get as much work in as we can before we have to leave. We both got to work Monday, and we got to pack everything up and get out of here. So it's about a 3.5 hour drive, I would say, to get home. So we will see you in the morning. Mike's doing the cold shift in the morning.
Oh yeah, buddy.
Goodness gracious. This looks so good right now.
We got a big old steak, garlic and herb butter. We got salad right there.
Oh man, Steve, you're missing out.
Yeah, buddy. Where are you at, Steve?
Morning. It's morning of day 3. It's slow going. We got up at 7. It's 8:30. Having a coffee.
Still no sign of the sun.
Still no sign of the sun. Starting to come up. We're just warming up, getting ready to get in the water. So yeah, we'll do a couple shifts today. And eat through as much material as we can. Clean up as much mercury and lead as we can, and hopefully find a little more gold too. So we'll get back to you when we get to the water. All right, we made it to where we got the dredge set up. It's about 9:30. So the reason why I chose this area for reclamation is, or we chose this area is, this is a big flat up here where I think either the Chinese or the miners in the 30s were reworking all the tailings coming down this ravine from the hydro mines up above. And in doing so, they were using a ton of mercury. And if you go up here, you can see where their sluice boxes were, or their
flumes were coming out of the hill and going into the creek. So they would have had long toms running right down the middle of the creek right here that had holes in them, and they were dumping out mercury and gold and whatever else was in there. In this area here, you can tell it's really packed gravel in there. That gravel's been there a long time. It's a consistent level going across, so this hasn't been dredged. And then when we got down close to bedrock yesterday, we noticed that kind of beige colored clay layer, which tells us again that this area has not been dredged. If it has, it's been a really long time. So that's why we chose here. Looks like someone dredged this pool and worked up to these big rocks and stopped. So everything in here is all virgin. And this is where a lot of that mercury would be collecting, as you saw yesterday. So we're gonna get the dredge situated. Mike's over there already. And get to work. This is our hole right here that we're working. It's about, I don't know, 10 feet around right now. And it's on bedrock and on that clay, so we're gonna get right back into it. One of the things about dredging is stuff always breaks. Or tries to break. So the bolt that holds the motor on, or the gas tank on, started rattling loose right when we fired it up. So now we gotta tighten that up, go through all our bolts, make sure everything's tight, then we can get to work.
Well, I went to fire this thing up and noticed the throttle's getting stuck. So look up there, this bolt is working its way out right here. Let's put it back.
Alright, so what we're doing is, these are some big rocks right in there. So we're trying to punch it back that way so we can start rolling those big rocks into the hole. So we're trying to get down to bedrock, get everything clean, and then we can just start rolling the big rocks back that way. Been running about an hour. And yeah, it's going pretty good so far. Got a pretty big hole in there. Go look at the hole. All that, where you see that red right in there, that's all been cleaned out. All the way down to there. Pretty big hole we got going so far. And that's a big crack diving down right there with some big rocks packed in that clay in it. Dredge is running smooth. Beautiful day down here on the Creek of Dreams. What do you think, Ranger? Big nugget in the box? Huh? The big nugget in the box? Yeah, there's a big nugget in there.
It's that time of the day again.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got.
Clean up. Everybody do this here.
There's a piece, there's a couple. All right, we finished sluicing it.
And day 2. Another 3 hours.
Yeah, not that much run time because we got to head back today. It doesn't look like there's any mercury in this one. I see some nails, there's some bullets in there, but yeah. All that gray stuff is lead. So we're gonna get home. We found a couple little pieces that we picked out when we were cleaning it up. So there's some bigger stuff in this one too that we're not showing you right now. We'll show you later. We'll get home and put it all on display. It's the sad time of the trip where we have to go home and back to like real life.
Yeah.
I want to stay here.
Me too.
It's a lot more fun in the
Still
woods.
got food.
Yeah, we've got like a week worth of food, but
Still got gas.
maybe next time we can stay longer.
More mercury and lead to find.
Yeah, a lot more mercury and lead to find. All right, we got a long drive home. I'm gonna check back in with you guys at the house. Well, look who came over.
Howdy.
You wanna clean up some gold, dude?
I think so.
Yeah, let's take a look at what we got. So, like usual, using a 20 mesh screen. Anything that goes through the 20 mesh goes in the blue bowl, and anything that doesn't, it's pretty easy to pan off, so you usually don't need to. So let's take a look, see what's in here. All right, we got the blue bowl set up. You guys should recognize this from a previous video I did. If you haven't watched it, I'll link it up here. Go take a look at it. I can teach you how to set it up, how to run it. So we've got everything that is sub 20 mesh. That's going to go into the bowl. Everything that's above 20, it's pretty easy to pan. It's all this big stuff. So we'll do that separately and see what shows up. In the meantime, let's take a look at those nuggies that we've found. Okay, 2 separate pans for the nuggies. And remember, we got that 1 bottle of fine gold that's got mercury on it. So that's going to stay on its own. We don't want to mix that up with anything because it'll stick to the other pieces. If you guys don't know that, the mercury, it basically binds to gold. It's one of the only things that actually will do that with gold. And you end up with what's called amalgam. Exactly, amalgamation. And if you aren't careful, you add clean gold into a bottle with gold that's got mercury on it, it'll all end up sticking together. It'll transfer over to the other pieces, so be careful.
Lead and nails we found too.
Lots of lead and nails. Got more lead than gold, although that's not really surprising. I mean, these rivers are full of junk. But there's some color in there for sure. Let's get all this lead out. So check this out, guys. We've got the Merc gold. A lot of it looks like lead almost, but it's gold, I promise you.
I just touched a piece. I might die or turn into Blackbeard.
Gonna go Mad Hatter on us. And then here's the some of the nuggies. Nice. This one's pretty cool. Little specimen.
Don't touch the mercury.
Nah.
There's 2 merc pieces right there.
Yeah, these 2. Looks like a little bit of mercury slipped in there without us realizing it, and there it is. So it probably looked like lead in the box. But look at that. That's a cool one. Israel ended up with a pretty cool little specimen too. It's nice white quartz with a little bulb of gold on top. I'll post a picture of that one right now. All right, got the thin layer in there. Let's start it. Now remember, you got to control the dial so you don't overflow. But let's let this thing run, see what shows up. Yeah, it looks like there was mercury in there after all. See how it's all sticking together? It's the mercury.
Technically.
So I'm sure you can wait it out, but I'm impatient and Israel's impatient, so we're gonna call it good enough there and go ahead and pan it down. That's a lot of mercury.
Look at all that we're cleaning out of the creeks for the little fishies to have a healthier habitat and your children to swim in.
Don't say we didn't do nothing for you. All right, we got it all separated. I'm just gonna let this air dry. It's probably the smart idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't cook mercury off in your house.
Probably not a good idea. All right, guys, we got our dry Merc gold and our clean dry other gold. Little specimen right there. So let's keep that one separate for now. Scale's at 0. We're gonna get all of the clean gold on there. Well, 1.44 grams for sure. We'll add the specie on here. We'll figure that one out later. That brings us up to 2, let's call that 2 grams. 2 grams of clean gold. So we'll get that off. Let's see how much Merc gold we got. Now, yeah, some of this weight's gonna be the mercury that's on the gold itself, but we won't get too worried about it today. That's not bad. 5.6. It's dirty stuff. So guys, all together, that's like 7.5 grams. Pretty good, not too bad. Okay, here's all the lead we ended up with. That's a lot. There's a couple big ones in there. Okay, we're 0. All right. Almost an ounce of lead. Almost a troy ounce. No, that's more. I'm sorry. 31.1 is a troy ounce. So if that were gold, we'd be doing great. But we're reclamating. So keep in mind, guys, because we are doing reclamation work, the focus isn't the gold. The gold helps us, pay for what we're doing. But really, we're down there to get the lead, the mercury, and the iron and steel out of that river. It's a lot of mercury for how much bedrock we've uncovered. Stay tuned. We got a lot coming your way, obviously. We're not done down there. We're not even close. And if you guys haven't, check out the Patreon, right? We're giving away gold every single month. It's in the link in the description. Join the Nugget tier. That's the one that gets you free gold. But in the meantime, if you haven't, drop me a like, subscribe, and send this video to somebody that you think might like it. Until next time, guys, appreciate you stopping by.